The digital world pretty much blew up on December 11, 2025. Across India, millions of investors were practically holding their breath, fingers glued to those refresh buttons, as the clock finally ticked past midnight. And just like that, the moment everyone had been waiting for was here. The Corona Remedies IPO allotment status was finally live. Now, this wasn't just some boring, routine financial update. Oh no. This was a high-stakes lottery, a make-or-break moment for countless people who had poured their hard-earned savings, and all their hopes, into grabbing a slice of this promising pharmaceutical giant. The sheer volume of searches for Corona Remedies IPO allotment status literally crashed servers and totally dominated trending charts. It just showed you how insane the demand was, unlike anything we'd seen before. Everyone was desperate to know if they were one of the lucky few, if their investment dreams were finally about to come true. The whole atmosphere was just thick with anticipation, this crazy mix of anxiety and pure exhilaration, as so many people's financial futures hung right there in the balance. This whole frantic digital scramble wasn't just about checking some status update. It was about validating a huge gamble, a real belief in this company's future, and a chance to make some serious cash. The next few days would definitely bring either massive celebrations or total disappointment. But right then, all that truly mattered was that one elusive word: allotted. Who would be the ones to come out on top from this insane financial frenzy? To really get a sense of how intense that moment was, we need to look at the numbers. Okay, so the Corona Remedies IPO, which kicked off on December 8 and wrapped up just 2 days later on December 10, 2025, wasn't just popular, it was a total phenomenon. This offering, which was worth a pretty hefty 655.37 crore, ended up getting oversubscribed a mind-blowing 137.04 times. Imagine that. For every single share available, nearly 137 applications came pouring in. Now, this absolutely wild figure meant that the vast majority of regular investors, despite all their excitement, were pretty much guaranteed to be disappointed. The odds were seriously stacked against them, making the whole allotment process feel less like a smart investment and a lot more like trying to win the lottery. What really added to the buzz was the gray market premium, or GMP, which was sitting at a solid 27.8% on allotment day. Now, this unofficial indicator, which basically shows you the premium shares were trading at before they even officially listed, signaled super strong investor confidence and the potential for some seriously big listing gains. The message was crystal clear: Corona Remedies was red hot, and absolutely everyone wanted a piece of the action. This drove the competition to insane levels and totally set the stage for the digital hunt that followed. With competition that fierce, checking your allotment status became a massive moment, almost like a ritual for investors. The official registrar, Big Share Services, turned into the absolute go-to spot for this online quest. Everyone piled onto their website, eagerly typing in their application numbers and PAN details, just hoping for some good news. But Big Share wasn't the only game in town. The Bombay Stock Exchange, or BSE, and the National Stock Exchange, NSE, also offered other ways to check your status. These were lifesavers for anyone struggling with overloaded servers, or just wanting to double-check their results from another source. This, of course, led to a huge surge in specific searches. We saw terms like Corona Remedies IPO allotment status, Big Share IPO allotment status, BSE IPO allotment status check, and even quick shorthand like Corona IPO allotment status. It was basically a digital treasure hunt, with every click and refresh feeling like it held all their financial hopes. These online platforms, despite sometimes getting slammed by the sheer volume of traffic, really showcased just how modern India's primary market has become. It's making this high-stakes world of IPO investing accessible to millions of everyday people, even with all that intense competition. Okay, so December 12, 2025, that's the day after the shares were officially allotted, was a pretty big one, sparking a fresh wave of financial activity and, let's be real, a roller coaster of emotions. For the vast majority of applicants who missed out on shares, this was the day their money came back. Refunds started rolling out, sending that cash right back into their bank accounts, often with a bit of a better luck next time sigh. Now, while many were naturally disappointed, the quick refunds actually kept the market moving, letting investors put their money into other things pretty fast. But for the fortunate few, the day was all about a quiet win. Their shares were credited straight to their Demat accounts, officially turning those digital applications into actual, tangible assets. This crediting process was a huge step, confirming their ownership and getting them ready for the next stage of their investment journey. The difference between these two groups was clear. One group was moving on, while the other was getting ready for what promised to be an exciting debut. This whole smooth, digital setup for refunds and crediting shares really showed off India's booming primary market infrastructure. It just goes to show that even with insane demand, the financial system can still run like a well-oiled machine. Alright, so all eyes are totally on December 15, 2025 now. That's the super anticipated listing day for Corona Remedies on the BSE and NSE. I mean, it was oversubscribed a whopping 137.04 times, and with a gray market premium of almost 28%, expectations for its debut are absolutely through the roof. Investors who actually snagged an allotment are now pretty much set to see some serious listing gains. That just goes to show how appealing the company is and how insane the demand was. But here's the thing. Listing day can also be a real roller coaster. That opening bell will kick off trading, and then the market will decide what Corona Remedies shares are really worth. Will it absolutely soar, bringing in huge profits for those early investors, or will it hit some unexpected bumps? This IPO isn't just a win for Corona Remedies, though, it's also a huge boost for Big Share Services. Their profile as a key registrar has really shot up amidst all this frenzy. More broadly, it really highlights just how incredibly dynamic India's primary market is, with retail investors getting more and more active, always hunting for opportunities in sectors like pharmaceuticals. The Corona Remedies IPO has truly become a benchmark, a story of insane demand, super slick digital efficiency, and the thrilling potential of the stock market. Now, all that's left is for us to watch what happens next.